Hi, I'm John Geckler for the Gib Singleton Museum of Fine Art in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and today I want to talk about one of Gib's pieces called One Nation. This is a particularly important piece because it displays not only Gib's knowledge of history, but a lot of his philosophy and really gets at the heart of what he hoped to accomplish with his art. It goes back to probably the late 70s when he actually produced it, but it was one that he hauled around and he worked on over time, and he sketched and he'd make little models in wax and so on because it's a really complex piece. And by the way, anybody who knew Gib knows that Gib never answered a question. When you would say, "Gib, what's the deal with this?" he would say, "I don't know, man, what do you think?" And it wasn't that he didn't know. Gib was always the smartest guy in the room, but what he needed to know was what it meant to you. How do you see it? How does it affect you? What makes sense to you and what doesn't make sense to you? Because as an artist, what he wants to know is how as broad a spectrum of people as possible views that work. Because when he makes it, it needs to appeal to as broad a spectrum of people as possible. So the piece is based on the obelisk in the Santa Fe Plaza. And he chose that for a couple of reasons. One, incredibly historic place, right? So Santa Fe is the oldest capital in the United States. That plaza has seen the arrival of the Spanish conquistadors, the arrival of the church, the Puebloan revolt, the Reconquista, in which the revolt was put down so brutally, the end of Spanish rule and the beginning of Mexican rule, ultimately the United States taking over New Mexico after the Mexican War. And the obelisk also, when you go up and look at it, is inscribed with the names of the soldiers who died for Union during the Civil War and local battles. We have the four cultures represented. So we have the cowboys, we have the native man, the warrior, we have the Franciscan, who represents the church and the faith, Santa Fe, Holy Faith, and then representing the Spanish, we have the conquistador. So all four cultures coming together into one. And you can see that they have clasped hands. So you can see the hands together. They have resolved those conflicts, they have resolved those issues, and now they are coming together into one nation, just as the obelisk comes from four sides into one. And that was really Gib's hope, that we would learn to live together in peace, that we would learn to care for the people that we love, to appreciate beauty, and to find some way to give back. That was why he made his art, and that's what his life was about. So thanks for tuning in. I'm John Geckler for the Gib Singleton Museum.